let's be serious, hand-to-hand combat in some games is absolutely brutal.
Jesus Christ!
Some characters will perform the most outrageous, breathtaking, rib-cracking, skull-smashing moves, and somehow manage to say,
"So we do not kill."
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
because of how amazing and funny the combat sometimes becomes, I will rank them from best to worst. First up is Batman. Batman's combat has been great in all form of media, from movies, animations, and comics. But the combat in the Arkham series is on another level. The way he moves from doing simple attacks to counterattacks to beatdowns is simply jaw-dropping. Batman doesn't kill people, but since he got a degree in Bachelor of Surgery, he will make sure to leave you with some cracked ribs and brain failure. I mean, nobody ever died from those, right?
Bruh.
But when you analyze Batman's combat further, you will realize that it's somehow flawed. Hear me out. Batman performs crazy pro gymnastics, and needless to say, he is 6'9", weighs 421 pounds, and wears a metal suit. Therefore, it is impossible for him to move around like Prime Felici from Ballerina 2016. And because of that reason, I will place Batman in the good combat tier. Next up is GTA. For GTA, I have picked Trevor to represent Rockstar's GTA games. Trevor's combat style is pretty basic, not gonna lie. It revolves around attack, dodge, and counterattack. On paper, this might seem cool, but it's actually not. The combat sucks, there's no fight animations, no finishers, no nothing.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
If you think about it, GTA 4 has a better combat, and can't even forget GTA San Andreas, which had more combat variations like boxing and kung fu. We can only hope that they will improve the combat system in GTA 6, but I doubted it. I mean, I don't trust Rockstar, and you shouldn't either. And because of this awful-eye combat, there is only one spot for Trevor in the tier: Mafia 2. Mafia 2's main protagonist is Vito Scaletta. Scaletta served in the army, so it's obvious he knows how to fight. The combat in Mafia 2 follows a boxing kind of style, where you dodge, light attack, heavy attack, and mix up some combo for a cool finishers. It is somehow cool, and dodging those punches makes you feel like Muhammad Ali.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am.
The combat gets you involved by pressing alternating buttons. It's nothing special, but it's also not bad for a 2010 game. There isn't really much to talk about, so I'll just place it in the OK tier. Red Dead Redemption 2 is kind of interesting. Every punch you throw has heavy impact that shows the level of realism in the game. Every combat action you do is coupled with an even greater reaction. Some punches land while others are dodged or blocked. The AI used in this game is awesome. You can also dodge or block, and sometimes this leads to an awesome counterattack. The enemies can also counter your attacks, which is truly remarkable. The ability of grappling enables you to do some very interesting moves. It also enables you to use the environment to your advantage. You can throw a person through the window, throw a person of the train, throw a person in the sea, and even smash their faces on the table. It is insane to think that a 36-year-old guy with tuberculosis does this to people. The use of knives is definitely brutal. With all his moves, you can whoop everybody's ass in the game. But that was before the TB told him, "You can't see me," and tombstoned his face to the grave. Arthur Morgan is a solid combatant and deserves a spot at the top. Uncharted's combat feels awesome. Every punch you give feels heavy, and the impact is meaty. It's super responsive to the button mashing with minimal delay. And like any other game in the list, the combat comprises of attack, dodge, and counterattack. The combat doesn't require any skill, and it's very beginner-friendly, but the combat is actually very tight.
That's what she said.
The enemy's AI is intelligent, it does what you can do, and just like Tyler's boyfriend, it will surely make you sweat a little.
Oh my god.
Oh, hell no.
The animations and camera angles during combat are just a chef's kiss. Overall, the combat is kinda nice, and it gets a spot in the OK tier. Combat in Sleeping Dogs is absolutely incredible. From pulling punches, headbutts, to throwing kicks, everything lands with impact. Every part of the body you hit has a cool reaction, whether it's screaming or groaning. The impact felt when you smash somebody's face with a metal bar is somehow insane. The combat system in itself is amazing. You can attack, counter, and grapple. Since it has an upgrade system, the combat gets better as you progress with the story. You can use your environment to perform jaw-breaking moves that are out of this world. And the crazy part is, some outfits have different combat style, like the banana suit, which makes you Bruce Lee. The enemies in this game are even better. They range from the "I always wanted to be a gangster" type of dudes.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
To the sumo-looking type. Sleeping Dogs is special, and it's the first game I place in the best tier. Assassin's Creed is a funny, gritty, and smooth flowing. It is ruthless and brutal, and since your character looks like a Giga Chad, that's the way it should be. There is some sort of weight to every weapon in the game. From the tomahawks, secret blade, and swords, the game has a large variety of weapons to choose from. The combat system in itself is
Nice.
You can parry, counter dodge, and attack. It's some awesome new features like chain kills, which has very cool animations. The finisher animation's as cool as ever, making the combat fun. The enemies are a lot more improved compared to the earlier AC games, making you to better plan your approach. When it comes to camera angles, the cameraman doesn't disappoint. The camera moves in a way that will give you vision of your enemies. It's truly a remarkable game, and it should be placed next to the other legends in the tier list. In Mad Max, every punch tells a story of survival, rage, and pure grit. The hand-to-hand combat feels visceral. It's built on a counter-based system, similar to Arkham's, but heavier, slower, rougher, more grounded. Max isn't a superhero. He's a fighter who's tired, angry, and desperate. And you feel that in every move. When you counter, there's impact. Bones crunch, dust flies, and enemies collapse with real weight. It's not about elegance. It's about endurance. Build enough fury, and Max becomes unstoppable. His strikes faster, his finisher's brutal. The game rewards aggression, balanced with timing, creating a combat rhythm that feels raw and human. What makes Mad Max's melee combat so good isn't just how it plays, it's how it feels. Every fight is a struggle for survival, dirty, desperate, and deeply satisfying. Very good combat I put here in the tier list. In the world of action games, few capture the art of hand-to-hand combat like Sifu. Every punch, block, and parry feels precisely earned through timing, not button mashing. The combat flows like a martial arts film brought to life, where positioning and patience are just as important as power. You feel every strike connect, every dodge matter. It's not just fighting, it's choreography, strategy, and skill, all blended into one seamless rhythm. Sifu doesn't just make you play a fighter, it makes you become one. That's what makes its hand-to-hand combat truly unmatched. Every encounter in Sifu tells a story of growth. You learn from defeat, adapt your style, and rise stronger. It's not just combat, it's a journey of mastery, discipline, and revenge. In Sifu, your fists speak louder than words. There is only one spot Sifu, and that's because it surpasses all the other games in everything. The combat in Saints Row 3 is kind of funny. I mean, to be honest, the sole purpose of the game lies in its comedy and destruction. The game wasn't meant to be in any way realistic or have great character development. The whole point of the game was to be outrageous, chaotic, and funny. I mean, look at the shit. You can literally surf on someone's back, like Tony Hawk's skater board. You can even put a grenade in someone's mouth, for Christ's sake.
Jesus Christ.
It's sad that such a great potential died with only few game releases. But that's for the developers to be blamed for placing woke agenda in the game. To be honest, I don't know where I should even place it in the tier list. Tell me where it should go in the comments below.